first part of the agenda here, and it is the item D in, yes, thank you, Public Works, Old Town Ventura Crosswalk signs, solicit bids. Do we have a staff report on that?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Bring up a short presentation here. On December 12th, 2018, at a study session, staff discussed with City Council proposed crosswalk improvements on Ventura Boulevard in the Old Town area. We're going to talk tonight about two specific locations that were identified for improvements with flashing LED crosswalk signs. First one being that's shown on the screen at the crosswalk at the driveway entrance into the parking lot for the former courthouse, farmers market area, and the SciArt. The second location is at the intersection of Ventura Boulevard and Glen Drive, where there are two crosswalks, one on either side of this intersection. Some street view photos of the locations here at the entrance into the parking lot that serves the farmers market area and also SciArt. This is looking west, and you can see the existing pedestrian crosswalk sign here. And there's another one on the other approach coming from the west going eastbound, another sign there. This project would replace these signs with a solar-powered flashing LED around the perimeter of the crosswalk sign and push-button activated. Likewise, new signs would replace these that are at the Ventura Boulevard and Glen Drive intersection. You can see the two crosswalks on either side of Glen Drive. Currently, there's one sign on the approach of each side of these crosswalks. The proposal is to add 4 post locations, and each post location would have a sign back-to-back on either side. This location calls for as much attention given to when pedestrians in the crosswalk as possible, and staff feels that adding essentially it would be 8 flashing signs here, 2 signs per pole, 4 pole locations, and a shot looking back the other way, looking westbound. So the poles would be relocated at the place where the pedestrians would be able to push the button upon crossing, and these are the 2 locations, and this one being enhanced again with the 4 locations of poles with signs on either side of the poles. Represented here is sample pictures of these installations with a dedicated pole, the solar-powered panel on top, the equipment, the pedestrian push button to activate the sign. And again, this proposal would be for 10 signs total. Total estimated cost is $30,000. And staff's recommendation is to authorize the solicitation of bids for flashing LED crosswalk signs. Upon receipt of bids, staff would then propose to come back to City Council with a recommendation to award a contract for the purchase of the signs and installation. And that concludes my report.
Questions, Mr. Consul, at this particular point?
No,
Right.
no questions, just a comment.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Let's get into the comments then. Mr. Mulchay?
I'll be brief. I myself, particularly at both these intersections, I've seen too many close calls. It's far too frequent of an occurrence. I myself have difficulty seeing pedestrians crossing those, particularly the one, the second one we had looked at closest to the freeway entrance. In the restaurants there, for whatever reason, as pedestrians walk across, they just kind of blend into the landscape a little bit. Particularly at night, it's very difficult to see people. So I think I'm all for this.
Any other comments?
Yeah.
Mr. Cranby?
Yeah, I think I first brought this up sometime last year, and I've been very concerned about our pedestrian crosswalks in Old Town. This originally came to me, I agree wholeheartedly with what Sean has indicated, speaking from my own personal experience, and this also came to me from a longtime resident of the area. I think these are necessary improvements, and I fully support them.
Any comments?
I just agree with what's been said. Same, I agree. I think they're necessary. Good improvement.
Might add, as the park down there potentially gets changed too, that this will be hopefully more pedestrian friendly and continue to be pedestrian friendly. So, okay, so I believe a motion's in order.
Move the approval.
It's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on this? Hearing none, please vote. That passes unanimously. Administrative Services, Police Facility.